Hello and welcome to another exciting Blender tutorial. Today we're going to be pressing on with our dump run series. Let's get started. Now this is a great series to be watching if you want to learn animation, if you're new to Blender, and you want to see how to do bigger projects. So this is a short film. This is the second scene we're working on now. And we're doing everything from start to finish live in these uncut sessions. Hope you're enjoying it. If you are, leave a like and a comment down below. Let me know what you think of the series so far. And don't forget to subscribe to the channel. I really appreciate it. Special thanks to everybody on the Patreon and everybody who's a member here on YouTube who helps support videos like this. All right, let's get started. All right, so last time we were animating this complex action of our little character jumping between the arms. So let's review that. He jumps there, over there. Now, one thing with fresh eyes, I don't like the way this arm drops before it launches him. So if you look here, it kind of drops, and then it flings him. It'd be better if this arm, like hand bit, was traveled more of an arc in line with sort of the way he flies off, if that makes sense. So let's try and do that real quick. I'm going to go into pose mode. I'll select the main controller for my arm here. And let's actually go into the graph editor and have a look at which way is going to matter. I guess the Y is up and down for this one. So we'll go Y location, and I'll just box select these guys. Let me just control middle mouse click to change my view. And let's have a look at what's happening. So it just drops right down. Let's get rid of this keyframe. Let's grab a Y, and let's bring it up so that it matches kind of the height of this moment here. So now we'll have to adjust the little character because we've got some his influence is being turned off on the constraint that holds him. But now this is kind of a straight shot. It'd be better if it was more of an arc. So let's grab up a little bit and let's rotate this. So he's going to go. Take that. Oh, it's not going to look as good. Maybe we should. Well, let's see. I mean, what happens? I guess it's really from this point that we wanted to travel up. It's going to feel a lot better. It needs to have some follow through. Doesn't have any follow through at the moment. So let's try and add that. Just look at it from top down. I'll hit 7 on my number keypad. Go to it here. We'll just have a look at the direction that it's traveling. Just move it a little bit further without breaking the arm. A little bit of a wobble. I don't know if that'll read well. Well, we'll see how it plays out in the shot, but that's the main thing. Now let's look at our little character. Let's go to him, pose mode, and we'll take his master controller, and we'll just have a look at. So that's where he pops down. Is this where the influence goes? We can have a look at this one. Yeah, this is the frame. You can see it's animated to 1, it goes down to 0. So it looks like as a curve. So here it's in the right spot, and there it's not. So let's go here, Shift S, cursor to selected. Go here, Shift, select the controller, Shift S, selection to cursor. And we'll also just put him up, because he should be like up there, right? Yeah, it's much better. And let's look at his motion. Yeah, not quite enough of an arc. Where's his Z control? So the master controller, Z location. I just hit A to select all and full stop the zoom. There we go. All right, so let's see. It's going up, but not near as much. Let's bring that up. Yeah, cool. Nice. All right, let's get these cameras started. Get out of pose mode. let's head back to, we're going to go pretty far, I think. I'm going to hit Alt-P to clear my preview range. And I'm just going to hit 0 to jump into my cameras. Let's have a look what we got. We got this shot, this shot. We look up to the exit there, and he jumps out. And from this point, we are pretty much open. I don't really remember that cut looking that way. This moment. I wonder if we've changed something about him without realizing it. Anyways, it doesn't matter for now. Looks, oh no, oh no. I don't mind it. That's kind of cool. All right. Now, set up to our cameras. I'm going to hit minus on my keypad to close all my collections. I'm going to open up just my cameras. And let's see what to the camera. I'm just looking at which camera is active. So we jump to there, droid, look to escape. And this one's called makes choice. And he leaps. And okay, cool. So I'm going to call this one. Let's see, that's 1100. This is 1200. I'll go 1300. And this will be first arm. First arm. All right. Now, how do I want to capture this? It jumps. I'm going to get rid of all the keyframes that exist for this. Just Control Tab to get back into my dope sheet. Again, I'm working with only show selected turned off and show hidden turned on. And let's find, I'm going to hit Alt-A to deselect all keys, and I'm going to find the camera. There it is. So I'm going to box select these keys, and we're going to turn those off. And I'm going to hit Shift down arrow, which is a little hotkey that I made for jump to previous marker. I just set that. If you right click, you can change the shortcut of most anything. And I just set that to Shift down arrow, and Shift up arrow, it jumps to the next one. So it's a bit easier for me to go between cuts. All right, jumps. Like that cut could be a bit sooner. Yeah. All right. We've got a bit of dead air time here. We're waiting for him to get started. So we might need to bring everything forward a bit. Jumps. Yeah. So this bit here, we've got this kind of like hold. What I can do is I want to cut from here to here pretty much. No, where? Here. Wherever he's moving. Yeah, this one. So what I can do is right here in this frame, I can hit I and all channels. That'll set a keyframe for everything. Right here, everything that is already keyframed. So things that are keyframed aren't going to get keys there. And then I'll come to this cut right here and do the same thing. I all channels. And now this is going to become this right here. So I'm going to box select everything that's in between and hit X to delete. And then what we can do is we can go select after current frame. Deselect that guy. What that does, so select after current frame, will select all the keys and any cameras, any camera markers that exist. And then if I turn sync markers on, I won't because I don't have any cameras, or I mean, no camera markers, but that would sync those camera markers to my selection. I can hit G and just bring these guys right to that cut. You can see it's stayed pretty much the same. Cool. All right, now let's lock camera to view. Let's set to quick favorites with Q. I just go over to view, lock camera to view, right click, and add to quick favorites. That will give it to you whenever you hit view in your key menu. Now with this camera selected, I'm going to take a look at what this first frame should be. So something like this is kind of cool. Let's see what that looks like. Boom. We really want to be kind of centered on this action. So maybe we could be pushing with him, right? So that by the time he gets to this point, we're further along. So let's try that. See what that looks like. Okay, let's go into the graph editor and grab the X rotation of this particular camera. And I want to delay this X tilt up. So I'm just going to scale out that handle. And we need a little bit of Z rotation, it looks like, to keep him in the right spot. So look at where he's at in the frame. He jumps to the center of frame, and then he's stays center, but then really loses it here. So let's go to the Z rotation. I only selected channels. Jump to that. And then we'll just go to the end of the shot, probably. So find the X location. If you click normalize, it'll bring all your keys together into a similar 1 to 0 space. It just makes it a bit easier because whenever you move between them, then they'll kind of be in view. So I can look for go to the X location key with the up arrow, and I can go to my Z rotation and hit I, only select the channels. That puts a new key there. Now I can adjust this so that it's a little more centered. Maybe one here. That's nice. We should like have a bit of follow through with that. So come over here to the camera controls under the orange tab. Just do a little bit of this, a little bit of that. Yeah, cool. That's nice. All right, so this isn't working. Let's get rid of that keyframe. Let me just bring this one down a touch. Rotate that so it's in line with it. Let's make this a little bit bigger so we can really see it. Like the tilt up's a bit late. So let's have a look at that. That snap is going to be a good cut point for us. Turn off all my controllers. All right, so what I like about the shot now is that it's profile, right? So we're at the side, so we can really see the motion. We see that he's reaching out. But I would like it to be towards camera a bit. Be a little too low as well. Let's try coming up. And then tilting down as well. Maybe we could add a bit of Z animation as well. Come down as we go. Could be nice and dramatic. Yeah. Let's watch it in context. I feel like it'd be funny at that moment, right? to cut away to a couple of the other arms, like looking up, like what? Cool. Let's have a look at the crosshairs again. See where things go with the shot. I'm actually pretty happy with that. Even the animation, I think, works pretty good. There's a lot we could, just tweak and refine forever, but I think this is going to work for us. That joint isn't great. That intersecting geometry, yuck. Maybe we want to cut away from that. All right, cool. So let's Shift D that camera. And I'll call this one 1400. And let's name this one. This is going to be a first arm, up, up. I'm not sure what the point of the shot will be yet, so we'll just look through it. And then Control B to bind that camera to marker. And I will clear it off. So actually, easiest way to clear it off is select it. A to get all the channels visible. A to select all the keys. X to delete. Now we're going to want a different lens size. So I was on a 14 there. Let's punch in maybe to a 25. So we have a little bit of difference. And let's think about what do we want to show for this? What's the point of the action? So we're going to go up. So maybe we want to be up here, or maybe towards something like this. You could come up into frame maybe. It's kind of nice that moment there where he looks up like, hey, maybe frame for that. Definitely a cool shot. Where would we use it though? A bit longer on it, maybe a 50. Yeah, just keep deleting the previous keyframe. I could just turn auto key off to adjust this. But I kind of like seeing him take that step, like he's climbing up. So what happens if we're down a bit? Kind of a cool shot. But maybe just for this moment here. Grab this in. Up. Then we'll cut away to something else. Right here. Let's put a marker there with M. I still want something else here, so be a close-up on our hero. Let's duplicate this. Let's put this in between this. We're gonna go 3, 5. So let's try first arm close-up. Let's bind the camera to marker and select the camera, delete all the keys. Let's go find our guy. Let's come around on him. This maybe. Probably bring that cut back. Yeah, just want to make sure that action carries through. All right, so we come here. Let's adjust to this point. So up, maybe. Lens, up. And then right here, let's go up further, like that maybe. And then let's take this and rotate it so it kind of plateaus and then goes up. So it's like the camera operator is trying to keep up. bit too claustrophobic. Maybe it's a bit too tight. Let's come here. We'll pull this back. Let's go to 24. I feel like the opening of the shot, we need to come down, kind of frame all of that up. We rotate it, bring it back to the beginning. Bringing this camera back so that it cuts on the action a bit more. I don't know if this shot up here is working for us. It's kind of nice as a close-up for this guy, for that moment right there, but an exit frame maybe. Let's try this one more profile. Having a look at what it would be like if we shot more of a wide. Well, that could be good. Jumps into that shot. Although we miss the claws if we do that. And I think the claws are really nice and dramatic. That snap, that moment there, it's really quite good. It'd be nice for having the other guy notice. I like this whip up. I think I can use it for my cut. Let me just check. Are these cameras very different? 50, 24 to 50. Yeah, that's fine. Just trying to make sure I've got good variety on my lenses. But anyways, if this shot that will come up a bit, and then this one starts. Let's set a keyframe here for the X rotation, and then grab this one and bring it down. Just help tie those shots together. Maybe we go even higher. Maybe a bit of a Z rotation. Yeah, that's nice. I feel like this one's a bit too similar though in the lens size. But we can punch in a bit. So like right on a 75. It's good. Be nice if we lost him like a little bit. He like, goes a little bit more off of the center point. We'll also have background as well in this shot to help like with the parallax. Like it'd be nice to have a bit of like X location motion on this shot. So like as we're going, like we're traveling down the belt. Just gonna make it linear. Get rid of that key. And then the Z rotation. Just move this up so it stays in line and make this one linear as well. Bring it over here, bring it over here, get that X location, let's go all the way over here. don't know if this middle shot's necessary. Maybe we need to make a little bit more of a beat of it. All right, let's go to this camera and let's just punch wide again. See what it looks like. Maybe a 16. Also just give this beat just a little bit more like time. So I go back to my dope sheet and I could say, all right, I want to go really from here to here. I want to stretch this section out and leave all the rest the same. So come to here, I think. And actually, I'll just grab him, the droid, grab this, and I'll grab my camera. There we go. And then I can see down here, selected channels. This should set keys just for, no, that didn't do it. It's fine. Just all channels, no big deal. Brute force. And I can start it from here, I think. Just stretch this section. So what I'll do is I'll deselect everything from here and here. Alt A. And then what I can do is I can go, let's see, select after current frame. Don't want that, sorry. Actually, let's go sync markers. We'll turn that on and then select after current frame. So that'll select the markers and all the keys. I can grab it all out like so. Grab these guys like so. Turn off sync markers and scale them up so they kind of fit. It just gives that moment a little more time before he jumps up. Yeah, cool. Now it might work to be a bit closer. So right on him maybe. Oh no, it doesn't work. It's way too similar of a lens, but I do like that moment. It's sort of the beginning of, whoa, what have I done? Then maybe this one's a bit wider. 35. But out of that sooner. That X motion is going to look really nice there. That's the moment where he flings off, isn't it? Yeah. So be fun here, I think, to cut away and to get a reaction of another robot. So let's try that. So we'll call this one 1500. Call it second arm. Look. Second arm. Look. There we go. To that camera, Control B, back to here. Go into graph editor, AX. And then let's see. Come around like this, right? And we're going to try and focus in on this guy. So maybe a 75. 70. Yep. Back. And the idea is to kind of get both. We'll get him out of focus maybe. Jump happens a bit too quick, so yeah, it'd be fun to make this about this this robot looking up. So like a little close up on him as he rises, and then we'll pace out the jump and everything. But overall, pretty good. We are out of time for today, but let's review what we did. So turn off that. Let's bring this down. So we got to, whoops. Q undo lock camera to view. There we go. Yeah, that moment's nice where he pauses. I like that a lot. Looking good. You can really feel the momentum of him getting lifted. It's quite nice. So you can see now how, having the animation kind of roughed in, and then we could do the cameras, and then we could start to refine that animation and change the moments and to extend things, get the timing right. Just as you go, you're kind of polishing, getting closer to that final result. So, hey, I really hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, hit that like button, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Leave me a comment as well. Let me know what you think. And any ideas you have for the short. I always enjoy hearing what everyone thinks. So, and check out the Patreon and consider joining on YouTube as well. Really appreciate all of you that have done that. Thanks so much for watching. I'll catch you in the next one. Until then, see you later.